Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode of MissPlanIt. We are so glad you could join us. So this week we have a request from a community member and her name is Kristen, and she writes, "Hi, I'm recently become obsessed with watching all of your DIY wedding centerpiece tutorials." Thanks, Kristen. I'm getting married in the fall and my colors are navy blue, burgundy, dusty pink, and incorporating some ivory and rose gold. I have watched so many tutorials that I feel like I'm at a loss for what I truly want when it comes to decorating for our reception. There are so many ideas swirling around in my brain that they are all starting to mush together. Help, please. That's what we're here for, Kristen. I am leaning towards vintage, rustic, shabby chic concept. But I would like to stay away from tons of burlap, wood planks, or mason jars. I feel like they're a little too overdone. Okay. I'm drawn to lanterns, bird cages, lace, and some bling, all while adding rustic undertones. Basically, a little bit of everything. Okay. I've included some inspiration pictures to hopefully pull the concept together. Would you be able to create something on a budget that fits my crazy vision? Well, first of all, Kristen, I don't think your vision is crazy at all. I think it's just very unique. So we tried to come up with something that would fit a bride with your unique vision. And I think we did it. We pulled all those concepts together with the bird cages, incorporating a lantern style, with the rustic moss and beautiful flowers to create a very special centerpiece just for you. So let's get started with this week's vintage birdcage lantern centerpiece. All right, guys, let's go. So our first step is to cover our 3 pieces of foam that we're going to use to construct our base. So we're going to turn our moss table runner over, and it's approximately 4 feet long. And so with this one piece of moss runner, we can make up to 4, possibly even 5 centerpieces just with the one 4-foot piece of moss. So as you can see, I'm taking my 10-inch foam disc, 10 by 1 inch foam disc, and I'm tracing it on the back side of my foam moss. And I'm going to take the smallest part of my pot filler, and I'm also going to draw a pattern to be cut out for that. So once I cut out the pattern, it's time to just apply some hot glue to the back side of the moss and attach it to the top of the 10-inch foam disc, as well as the smaller end top of our pot filler. And now we're ready to move on to covering the sides. Now I always go ahead and measure the width of my foam disc, because even though they say they're 1 inch, typically they are a little bit less than 1 inch. And so once I've measured, I'm going to go ahead and mark it off on a piece of my moss runner, and then I'm going to cut out strips so that I can then cover the sides. Now that my strips are cut out, it's simply time to add hot glue to the back of the strip and attach it to the sides of my foam disc, and just kind of making sure that it meets with the top. We're only going to cover the sides of the 3x4 foam cube because we're going to actually attach flowers to the top, and the bottom of course will be attached to the base of our centerpiece. So I've just simply traced the width of the foam disc on a piece of moss. Now I didn't show you this part, but beforehand, I made sure that that piece could wrap the entire cube. It just makes it a lot easier. So once I've drawn my pattern on the back of the moss, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out and then simply roll to make sure it's a good fit. Then re-roll using hot glue. Now for the tricky part. We're going to cover part of this foam pot filler. I'm going to mark off the area that I want to keep open because that's where we're going to attach the flowers later. So I have a rectangular piece of the moss and I just simply am wrapping it, and I'm going to create a pattern using diagonal lines because you can see that the width increases as you go down the pot filler. And then once I can make sure that it's covering the section that I want covered, I'm going to then complete my pattern, cut the width of it to make it fit perfectly, and then attach it using hot glue. So basically you're creating a trapezoid. So a little geometry lesson for you. You're going to create a trapezoid and attach it to part of your pot filler. You can do it. It's no big deal. If you find that your moss is still a little bit long, just simply flip it over and trim it. That's simple. All right, let's get to it. So now that I have all three pieces covered, I'm going to go ahead and place them on the bottom disc base, and I'm going to attach them using floral pins. Now, I did not measure out anything as far as the placement. I just eyeballed it and went for it. So this is one of those times, take away the ruler, just eyeball it. You can do it. So Kristen requested a little bit of bling on the centerpiece. So I'm simply going to add some gold metallic acrylic paint to certain parts of the holder for one of the Birdcage lanterns and just the leaves and just accenting them. Now, I'm only showing you that I put one coat, but in actuality I used two, but it's really your preference. If you just want it to be a light airbrush of gold, then just do one coat. If you want the gold to stand out more, then I suggest 2 coats at least, possibly 3, just depending on your preference. You can paint the whole Birdcage gold if you choose to. Remember, we give you the plan, you take it and run with it. So now that the bird cages are dry, I'm just going to place them to make sure I'm happy with the placement on the base, because with floral pins you can adjust the pieces of your base until you're completely happy with them. Once I'm happy with them, I'm going to go ahead and attach the one bird cage using floral pins to the foam pot filler, and then I'm going to go ahead and start adding flowers. I'm not going to add the last bird cage till all the flowers have been attached. So for the candles, you have options. I have 2 options I want to show you. The first is a luminous candle, and it gives the appearance that there is an actual flame. I love them. They are more expensive, but I just want to give you that option. And don't forget, all the links to the supplies are in the description below. And then the second ones are just as nice, and they come from the Dollar Tree. And they also give you the appearance of a flame. So one is more expensive, one is $1. I use a combination. It's really up to you. Well, Kristen, what do you think? I hope we met your vision. It was wonderful to create this. I love how it is rustic yet elegant and vintage all at the same time. So I think we put all of your ideas and created the centerpiece for your wonderful special day. If you like this video, by all means, go ahead and like us, subscribe so you can be the first to know when our videos are posted every single Wednesday. Just click that little subscriber button right there in the corner. And by all means, if you have a comment, you can go ahead and drop us a comment, send us some words of encouragement. We love them. It helps to motivate us and push us on. And if you have a question, we're also here for that. Don't hesitate to ask the questions. And guess what? I am the one answering them. It is not one of our production members. They're all very capable, but I just love talking to you guys. So it is me answering your questions and responding to your comments. Now, if you would like to also, you can follow us on our social media, and that will be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. And if you haven't already done so, please sign up for the free Ebates rebate account because they pay you to shop. Very simple steps. You simply log on. You can go down to the description and click on the link. Log on, create your Ebates account, and then when you're ready to shop online, go ahead and log onto your account, find your vendor, and shop until you drop. And then once you make your qualified purchases, you then receive a check at the end of the month. It is really that simple. I use it. Just want to pass that on to you. Also, don't forget to check out our digital download store. It is pretty awesome. We've created products that are just for you to help you create the DIY project wedding of your dreams. It's very simple. Just click on the icon right there in the corner or follow the link in our description and you will have access to our products. Right now, we have some fantastic things ready for you. We have our DIY wedding planner, and it gives you step-by-step from setting the date to throwing the bouquet to setting up the honeymoon. It's everything you can need from budgeting to planning to recording and tracking. It's fantastic. And then we also have our Maid of Honor planner, and that is for you wonderful Maid of Honors who got the fantastic job and don't really know what to do. So it takes you step by step with all your duties as well as responsibilities so that you can be the Maid of Honor of your bride's dreams, and actually it can be a dream experience for you too. And finally, we have our DIY project planner, and that's for everyone who is planning those baby showers, retirement parties, quinceañeras, just parties in general, creating those wonderful memories. It walks you step by step on how to create those projects and how to budget for those projects. And finally, we have our dollar deal, and in our dollar deal is our paper rose template as well as a video tutorial showing you how to make those beautiful paper roses that you have seen in some of our tutorials. We love the digital store because it gives you instant access. You don't have to wait for shipping and handling, and it's so wonderful that our brides that are out of the country can have access to it just as if they were right here with us in the US of A. So go ahead and check it out either by clicking on that icon or following the link in the description. And for all of you who have already checked out our store and have purchased the products as well as written wonderful reviews, we are so eternally grateful. Thank you so much. I had so much fun hanging out with you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And don't forget, all of the links to all of the supplies for the projects are in the description below. Just click on that little upside down triangle or arrow, however you see it, and you will have all the links to all the supplies as well as the project cost right there at your fingertips. Also, all of the links to our website. If you would like to submit a project request, just click on the website link, MissPlanIt.com. Click on the project request tab and follow the easy steps. Now our production schedule fills up very quickly, so the sooner you do it, the more likely we can say yes to your project. Don't forget that we also have blog posts that we would love to share more information with you about DIYing your parties, weddings, or special events. So check out our blog post on our website, MissPlanIt.com. As always, we know you have so many options on YouTube, and we are just so grateful that you choose to spend this time with us. And always remember, when every penny counts, count on MissPlanIt. Take care. See you soon. God bless.